The men's 100-meter freestyle is the ultimate showdown of who the king in the pool is. And this summer at the Paris Olympics, it is going to be an absolutely incredible race with not 1, 2, 3, but at least 5 guys vying for the title of king in the pool in the 100-meter freestyle. And today I'm going to break down some of the top guys, not in order of speed or ranking or anything. We'll timestamp this and come back after the Olympics, see how we did, but let's check out why they're swimming so fast, how they're doing it. First up is David Popov, the Romanian young star. Look at that silky, smooth stroke. He looks like he's 7 feet tall in the water. Massive distance per stroke. I mean, we got to break this down. Look at the length that he has on his arms. The guy has incredible distance per stroke. I remember watching him for the first time a couple of years ago. He looks just like an animal in the water. I mean, he's got a great kick, great foundation of the stroke, fingertips hitting that extension. He is going to be dangerous. He's getting stronger. When you put some density and mass behind that stroke, it is going to be very dangerous indeed. Look how clean he is on that stroke. Excellent high elbow catch. We don't have the underwater footage of this, but you can really see how he's able to pull the water so fast. There's so many great names that I want to talk about in this video, but I can only spend a little bit of time to give some highlights on each of these guys. I mean, David Popovich, what else can we say? He's been 46 in the 100 free. He's going to be there when the time counts. If he's ready, he will be an ultimate threat, and the world is watching him. His country is watching him from Romania, but there's a lot that can be said about his potential, what he's been able to do at such a young age. Look at that streamline. He's a long, skinny guy. He has a very narrow profile in the water, meaning he's not taking up a lot of space. He's swimming really, really narrow. You can see that's how he's swimming fast, and there he is in race action. Look at that catch underneath the water. You can see that early vertical forearm. These are the things that he's doing. Next up, we got Kyle Chalmers. I mean, this guy, the Aussie, right? He is a powerhouse. He is going up against Caleb Dressel again. Let's see. When we look at the rankings, he's been 47.1 last year. Absolutely incredible. We have another swimmer who's been faster than him last year at the Asian Games, but he's coming up next. If you know swimming, you know who I'm talking about. Look at Kyle Chalmers. Let's just look at his breakout swimmer. Definitely a lot of speed here for Australia. There's the body line. You can see how these lines of his arms right in front of the shoulder, that's where you get the most catch, the most power. And Kyle Chalmers is one of the most powerful swimmers in the world. I mean, I guess it's no joke when you're going 47 in the 100-meter freestyle. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Of the guys that I mentioned in this video, who do you think is going to win the 100 free at the Olympics? Is it going to be a world record? We're only 2 guys in, and both of these guys are capable of breaking the world record. Just goes to show, and we're not even get to the world record holder yet. That's how deep this field is. Oh, and by the way, none of those 3 guys are Caleb Dressel. He's coming up next as well. There's Kyle Chalmers, really smooth in the stroke, right? Look at that extension, silky smooth. And I'm going to get out of the way for a second. I want you guys to pay attention to something really, really important right here. I want you to pay attention to what's happening right here. You might say, okay, cool. His arm is extended. Maybe his fingers are closed. Like, what do you want me to pay attention to? I want you to look at the splash. Do you see any splash? I can't see it. Zoom in, pause the video. There is no splash. Look at how smooth. If you can't swim silky smooth when you're going easy and you're going long and strong, then you have no chance at swimming smooth when you're trying to go fast. The best swimmers in the world are able to maintain this type of clean, proficient swimming at every single speed. Yes, in the 50 and the 100, it looks like they're going really fast and they're making a lot of splashes and it's absolute chaos and pandemonium. It's like a washing machine. But at the end of the day, if you actually break it down, it kind of looks like this, especially under the water, and that's where you get the most catch. So that's something I really want to focus on for all of these swimmers, just how clean and proficient the strokes are. It is so important to have that clean stroke, even when you're swimming fast. You look at that in slow motion, okay? Let's take a look at it. What's happening out here? Do you see a lot of splash? No, the splash is coming from his head rotating to get that breath. Elbow is high. It's hard, a lot of drawing on there. Let's focus on one thing at a time, right? That is the high elbow. Early vertical forearm, both above the water and below the water. Really important to have that elbow up high, riding on top of the water. Back is engaged. Really, really like an animal over here on top of the water. And Kyle Chalmers, 47.1. 47.1. Whew. Look at that speed. There's Caleb Dressel, right? We got Caleb Dressel. The man has been 46, right? He's not the world record holder. He's the fastest American sprinter of all time. He's had world top rankings in the 50 and the 100. He's the defending Olympic gold medalist. in this 100 freestyle event. He also won the 50. We know he has speed. He's been away from swimming. He's back at it. He's clocking really fast. Very important point. I'm recording this video prior to me going to U.S. Olympic trials. So let's see if he drops that 46. Hopefully he makes the team. Maybe not. That'll be kind of awkward when we put this video out if maybe he didn't make the team. And let's talk about the world record holder. Wait, we're not going to talk about Dressel for that short. Let's look at his technique. Dressel is a monster off the walls. He is an absolute weapon. He is a torpedo. He might be the fastest swimmer to 15 meters of all time. There might be some stats out there that actually back that up, that he is able to get from the dive to the 15 meter. I don't know where the 15 meter mark is on this pool, but wherever it is, he is the fastest human to ever get to that point. Why? Incredible start, agility, reaction time, entry, and he's able to carry his speed underwater and then put that momentum into the breakout and then carry it over the water. It's like he's literally hovering over the water. He doesn't have the biggest build. I mean, one of the other guys who has an incredible start, there's two that I think of right now. If you're a real swimming nerd, you know who I'm talking about, right? One of them is Flo Manodou from France. He is huge. He has so much momentum and so much speed as he comes into the breakout. He's right up there with Dressel. The other guy, also still swimming fast, Roland Schoeman of South Africa. One of the best starts of all time in the history of swimming. If you don't know who that is, go look him up. Watch his starts. Amazing. There's Dressel. Look at that speed underwater. Now, if you're wondering why is this guy wearing a wetsuit or a bodysuit underwater, he did a challenge where he tried to break 20 seconds in the 50-meter freestyle short course meters. He was not successful. He does hold the world record in the short course meter version of the pool, and we know in the yards pool, he has been a 17.63, which is ridiculous. Look at that body line, right? His body's on top of the water. Forget about the fact that he has a swimsuit with his name on it. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't notice that. He has his name on the wetsuit. In any case, you can see the Olympic rings. That's cool, but enough fanboying about him. Look at this arm. Hand actually a little bit of a bent wrist there. I just kind of noticed that. Do you see that? His wrist is a little bent. You want to get the elbow up high. If you drop the wrist, sure, you're getting with the hand, but you got to get that elbow up. You got to get that back muscle activation right over here. These are the muscles that you activate when you pop that elbow up. Even if you're going to have more of a straighter arm recovery, right? It's no good if your hand is doing this. You want to be able to leverage as much as you can, even with a straighter arm. You got to get those lats and that back muscle engaged for ultimate power. A lot more potential there. But I mean, look at the guy. He is really grabbing that water. Maybe that's why he didn't go 19. Look at that speed, and we can't go further when we're talking about top swimming in the last couple of years without mentioning the Chinese swimmer who has the current world record in the 100-meter freestyle, and that is Pan from China. He went 46.8. Now, you got to remember, last year, he was a 46.97 at the 19th Asian Games. Dressel has been, a couple of guys have been 46. We remember Cesar Cielo, Fred Bousquet, all these guys were 46 back with the super suits. But there's Pan right there. He's a missile. He broke this record off the relay, 4x1 relay in Doha. I actually got to swim in that same pool at the Masters World Championships. If you haven't seen that vlog, check it out. And the thing that I think makes Pan so dangerous, I'm going to pause it at the right point, is look at this. I want to show you this. Wow. Look at his head position, right? He's looking right at us. He just winked at us. You guys see that? Give a like if you saw him wink at us in the camera. Look at this body line. Great. But look at that kick. He has got like a motorboat. You ever see those boats at a yacht club or something? And they're just like these giant machines, like a V12 engine on the back of it. He's got two V12 engines. Each leg is a V12 engine. Just absolute missile going through the water. He's a speedboat. If we look at it underwater, you can see him on the breakout. Let's go back a little bit. I want to see underneath on the water. He's able to maintain his body position so well. There's the underwater. Nothing too crazy there. But you can see this kick. I mean, it allows him to maintain this arm when it's extended for just a little bit longer, increasing his distance per stroke. It's almost like he's floating, levitating on that arm. He drives so much rotational drive with that. This is a very different stroke than some other big swimmer. I mentioned Flo Manodou, right? He does not swim like this. Flo Manodou is just swimming with power, different body roll, different body position. This guy right here, Pan, has incredible rotation, good hitch on the stroke. He's breathing to one dominant side. and that kick is really what's supporting him. Really graceful on the front. I mentioned very minimal hand splash entry. You can see it right here in slow motion. Look at how clean he is out in front with a turbocharged kick, 2 V12 engines. Whoo, wow, look at that speed. Look at that kick. There he is underwater. We got Jack Alexi, right? He's honorable mention. I mean, this guy is a top swimmer. He's been on fire recently. We got Maxime Grousset from France, and he is going to be very dangerous in the top games. I mean, he was 47.4 last year. We got Josh Liendo from Canada. He was a 47.55 at the Canadian Olympic Trials. He is going to be in there. Alexandro Morazzi from Italy. He's going to be there as well. This year he's only been 47.72. Who else we got? Honorable mentions. Give me a shout out, guys. Who are we missing? I mean, we got Jack Alexi. We got Matthew Edwards. We talked about Popovich. How about Ryan Held? What about Chris Giuliano? He was 47.4 back in February from the United States. He's going to be up there. A lot of other swimmers. Let me know who I missed down below in the comments. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait to see you guys and talk about it. Here we are in Paris. Let's go, baby.